Ladies and gents, strap yourselves in. We're about to take a thrilling ride into the high-octane world of Formula One, where speed, strategy, and billion-pound teams rule the track. We're diving into the lives of team principals, the struggles and triumphs of teams, and the adrenaline-pumping performance of racers. We're going to get up close and personal with the sport that has captivated millions around the globe. This is F1 Motor Fever Podcast, the pit stop for all things Formula One. I'm your host, Mon Clark, and joining me today, as always, is my delightful co-host, Yasminha.
Hi, folks. Always a pleasure, Mon Clark.
And today, we've got an exciting guest for you. Joining us today is Peterson, a well-known expert in the world of Formula One. You know, I first heard about Peterson when I came across an article about his deep insights into the world of motorsports. I was intrigued, and I knew we had to get him on the show.
Welcome to the show, Peterson.
Hi, Mon Clark and Yasmina. It's great to be here.
Well, let's hit the throttle and get this show on the road. Peterson, can you give us some insight into the recent developments in the world of Formula One?
Absolutely. Now, the world of Formula One is no stranger to big numbers, but even by those standards, there's been a significant development. Toto Wolff, the CEO and team principal of Mercedes Petronas, has seen a massive increase in his net worth this year. This is largely due to the rising valuation of the Mercedes Formula One team.
Wow, that's quite impressive. So, exactly how much has his net worth risen?
His estimated net worth has risen from a staggering £1 billion to an even more eye-watering £1.6 billion. The team itself is now valued at a whopping £3.8 billion.
Peterson, that's fascinating. And here's a fun trivia for our listeners. Did you know that Formula One cars are so aerodynamically efficient that they can drive upside down in a tunnel at 120 miles per hour?
What a trip, Mon Clark. But getting back to business, Peterson, how is Mercedes performing in the Formula One circuit?
Well, Yasmina, despite some rough patches, Mercedes remains a formidable force. Wolff is focused on delivering a captivating show and prioritizes winning over financial success. He believes that Formula One's income streams are predictable and that the sport is crisis resilient.
Peterson, that seems optimistic. But let me stir the pot here. Some in the world of Formula One assert that such an approach, focusing on the show rather than financial viability, is what's causing Mercedes' current struggles. What do you say to that?
That's a controversial stance, Yasmina. But here's the thing. Formula One is a sport, but it's also entertainment. It's about the thrill, the passion, and the spectacle. And sometimes that means making decisions that might not make sense purely from a financial point of view. So I wouldn't say that this approach is causing their struggles. It's just part of the game.
I disagree, Peterson. I've read reports suggesting that Mercedes is on the brink of bankruptcy because of this approach.
No, Martin, that's not accurate. It's important to fact-check such reports. Mercedes is far from bankruptcy. On the contrary, the team's value has been consistently rising.
I agree with Peterson. And here's another trivia for our listeners. Did you know that a Formula One car can accelerate from 0 to 100 miles per hour and decelerate back to 0 in just 4 seconds?
That's incredible, Mon Clark. But getting back to our discussion, what about Williams' team and their boss, James Vowles?
Williams' team. Now there's a team that's been making waves. James Vowles, the team boss, has been particularly impressed with Alex Albon. He even referred to Albon's performance at the recent Canadian Grand Prix as the drive of a champion.
Uncle Mon Clark, what does the drive of a champion mean?
Christina, it means that Albon showed great skill and determination during the race, just like a true champion would. Isn't that right, Peterson?
Exactly, Mon Clark. In fact, Albon's performance was so impressive that Vowles believes he could be a key part of the team's future.
That's high praise indeed. Well, folks, this has been a fascinating dive into the world of Formula One. We'd like to thank our guest Peterson for joining us today and sharing his expert insights.
Yes, a big thank you to Peterson and to our listeners. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like this podcast, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Until next time, this is Mon Clark signing off from F1 Motor Fever Podcast, your pit stop for all things Formula One.